Your home is always filled with sounds. The TV, the clinking of spoons, the ticking of the clock. But the most crucial sound is missing. The sound of a voice meant for each other. Decades of life together have seen conversation fade into silence. The person next to you has become the most unfamiliar housemate. Today, we ask if this relationship can survive the profound silence that has taken root. The story we are about to delve into is about a couple, seemingly fine on the surface, married for over 40 years. It is a relationship whose exterior is intact, but whose interior has completely hollowed out. This is the swamp of silence that many senior couples face today. Like the old apartment they have lived in for over 3 decades. Their way of life is habitual. At 7 a.m., the husband habitually drinks instant coffee and unfolds the newspaper, while the wife quietly watches the TV news. Their bodies are barely a meter apart, yet an emotional chasm as wide as the Pacific Ocean separates them. The 3 years since their children left home brought this couple into the age of silence. Before, they at least had the obligatory conversations about the children's exams, family matters, or the house loan. But now that those excuses for a relationship have vanished, all that remains is a quiet, awkward void. The most unbearable part is mealtime together. The wife meticulously prepares the stew and places it on the table, but the husband eats without a single word. When the wife tries to initiate a conversation, perhaps asking, "Isn't the flower in the neighbor's garden beautiful today?" the husband simply flips the newspaper, offering only monosyllabic responses like, "Huh," or "Sure." It feels like speaking to a wall. The wife realizes that her husband's silence feels like a tacit declaration that he has nothing to say to me. The husband heads straight to his study as soon as he finishes eating. The wife is left to do the dishes alone, feeling as though she has become his boarding house keeper rather than his partner. She is preparing food not for a spouse, but for the most unfamiliar housemate. The husband sees things differently. He defines this silence as comfort. He thinks, "We've been married for 40 years. Why do we need to talk in detail about everything? Isn't this kind of silence proof of deep trust and understanding?" He completely fails to grasp his wife's sense of emotional isolation. In fact, he sometimes feels his wife's attempts at conversation disrupt his peaceful retirement. This silence is not merely a lack of words. It is the rejection of any attempt to share emotions. The wife no longer shares her daily routine, her small worries, or even her health status with her husband. Likewise, the husband doesn't share his checkup results or minor quarrels with friends. With only the title of husband and wife remaining, they are completely isolated in their individual emotional worlds. Living in this silence, the wife asks, "What was the reason we stayed together for 40 years? Should I endure the next 20 years with this perpetual silence?" Their lives appear peaceful on the surface, but their inner world is now facing the threat of emotional solitude. They may not have signed divorce papers, but they are already living in a state of emotional divorce. The emotions, thoughts, and dreams they should share have become isolated islands. The most frightening aspect is that this silence gradually becomes normal. The effort to start a conversation, only to be met with awkwardness, leads them to stop trying altogether. Silence has become a habit, and this habit is consuming the rest of their lives. Experts often call this silence the loneliness of the relationship. Yet, breaking decades of history and starting anew requires immense courage. Option a divorce, end the current isolated and empty relationship. Pursue a life where you might find someone who will truly talk to you. But you must bear the financial burden and face family judgment alone. Option B, maintain, preserve the familiar and secure structure of the marriage. Financial stability and the children's peace are maintained, but you must live out the rest of your days fighting the lonely ache of silence. Silence is not peace, it is the stop signal of a relationship. Facing this signal, will you summon the final courage to speak? Or will you drift into eternal silence? Do you want a life of stability without soul, or a life of solitude that leads to genuine connection? Would you divorce in this situation? Share your wisdom and experience in the comments below.